everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a new colour along for you. One of my subscribers, Lavella, asked me if I could do a Mardel Rubio PDF for her. So I've picked this one mainly because it's got lots of leaves that are the same and some flowers which are the same. So what I intend to do, rather than have a 20-part something colour along, I thought I would do the leaves and the flowers. I would show you how I do them, and then I would do the rest in my own time, and you could do the same, and then we could come back and I'll do another part and that for you. I always start with the skin. Now I am going to be using Prisma pencils this time, and because of that, and because my ink does smudge with Prisma pencils, I am going to be using Nectar. Then I am going to be using Salmon Pink and Light Peach. Right, first of all I am going to do the skin, and I am going to do the shadows, which are to be done in the Nectar. It will look a bit weird to begin with, but it will all come out good in the end. Now I hope this is clear enough for you. Now Mardel on this picture has put some shading in for us, so we can follow his shading lines and see where he's done the darkest shading, and go in with the Nectar in these places. Now I hope you can see where I'm going in. That's her headdress. This one, there's some hair there, so this has got to be skin as well. I'm going quite dark, but you can fade it out a little bit on these pieces, so you can go dark and then go a little bit lighter. But where he's put the shading, I would go darker where he's put the shading, which is sort of these pieces here, and obviously darker round where the beads and things are, and it also goes round here, and there's some shading here, which obviously it's going to be darker there as well, and fading out into that bit there. Then we go to this side at the top here, there's some shading here, and it goes along the inside of the headdress that she's wearing there. Then it comes down here, and we go around these beads again like we did the other ones, like so, and that sort of goes under each one. We go a little bit darker and then we fade it out. The reason I use the Prismas in 3 colours, this is my easy skin tone with these pencils. I know other people can do it, but I don't seem to be able to go really light and layer like I do with the oil pencils. It just goes sort of, I don't know, it sort of bobbles together, and it just doesn't look nice. So this is why I do the easy 3-tone one. Now I'm going to go a little bit here where the shading is, where Mardel has put it in for us. And then I'm going to go over here and into the top of her eye there. And the same with this one, it's sort of faded out at the edges. We'll just fade that out a little bit more. Fade it out at the edges, and then we can go in. You can see he's shaded down here, so we'll go in there where he's shaded quite dark, and then fade out at the edges like so. And I hope you can see what I'm doing. I can't really go really close because it will just blur and you won't be able to see what I'm doing properly. So I hope this angle is good. So having said that, we're going to go slightly there as well. where he's put the shade in. And the same with the other eye. He's gone dark here, and you shade down that dark bit there, and then you can go here because that's where there'll also be a shadow there, and you can go quite dark and then you can fade that out as well. Now he's come down the nose as well on this one. He's come down the nose this side, and done a shadow. I'm sorry if you can hear that noise, that's a train going past. Then we can go here where he's done some shading here as well, and on top of the nose he's done a bit of shading but quite lightly, and then lightly there. And also there will be a shadow this side. This is just how I do my shading and things. There is I don't know if there's a right way that you're supposed to do it or a wrong way, but this is how I do it and it works for me. So this is what this is what I'm showing you when I do my pictures. You don't have to do exactly the same as what I'm doing, but if you'd like to, you can, obviously. And for a beginner to follow along, if you want to, you can. I'm by no means an expert on what I do. I've only not even a year yet been colouring, but I've learned a lot in that year, and I hope, you know, people can learn something from me, and if they do, then that's brilliant. You know, that's all I want, really. Right, so we've got these branches here, so on the neckline, where are we? It's a bit weird, that looks a bit strange. She's got a funny neck. That's got to be blank, it's got to be shaded because that's part of a neck. It would naturally be dark anyway round here where these leaves are and where it's at the back, and then we've got a shade there where that branch is, and it would be shaded sort of under her chin, so I'm going to do that. Now, I don't know whether my shadings are right or wrong. Can we see her ears? No, we can't see her ears, can we? Or is that her ear? That might be an ear, actually. That's one thing I usually do, is I miss ears. So we'll do that as her ear. That one we can't see. Right, where are we? This looks a bit strange, probably because there's a leaf there and her hair there. Hair there is probably why it looks a bit strange. So where he's done as well, we're going to do dark, like so, and this side as well, and we'll leave a little bit of white in the middle, and we'll fade that out on that side. Right, this bit has got to be a shoulder, another bit of shoulder there, and there, and shading under here around these leaves, and you can go darker and fade it out again like we did on the other bit. Sort of, yeah, like that. This would be darker here because it's got the branch and all the leaves, so we'll do darker there, and there's a tiny bit there. We don't want to miss the tiny bits either. I usually find I do miss a bit somewhere along the line in between these leaves, actually, is darker. Now this is just for a Caucasian skin tone. I have done dark skin tone, but it's something I don't do very often. I will have to practice that, and then, you know, if anybody wants to know how I do dark skin tone, then I can do that. Obviously, if you want to do like an Asian skin tone, you can do sort of swap the middle pencil, which is the salmon pink. You can swap that for something a bit more yellowy, maybe. I'm not sure that we're looking at which one, but I'll have a practice with different skin tones, and get back to you on that one and let you know sort of what I've come up with. Right, we've got here, we've got a piece of her arm there, then her arm comes down here, and here, don't forget in between the branches again, and then here, her arm's here, so we've got that bit, and then we've got this bit, you've got, that's Dylan moaning if you can hear him, he moans quite a lot. He's a gentle little soul, but he does have his sort of moments where he just whinges. For no apparent reason, he just climbed in the basket, which is his favourite place, and jumped out and had a whinge. So there you go. Don't know quite what's up to with him. So we'll go round these leaves as well. Quite dark around there, and then he's shaded. It's quite easy when you can see where he's shaded for you already, so that's quite an easy one. I'm not going to go too much on that because, like I said, my ink, this HP ink, these were printed ages ago, way before Christmas, and the HP ink, even though it's been done that long, it still will smudge. So even though I'm going over his shading, I'm just hoping that my ink doesn't smudge too much, because it makes it look muddy, and nobody wants a muddy picture. Even if mine is muddy, I'm just hoping that yours isn't. So all other inks seem to be okay from what I've heard, but Nia said hers does as well sometimes. Doesn't do it with the wax pencils, but only with the oil ones, funny enough. So very strange. So I'm going to go up her hand, this side here, with some dark, and then round this bit of her thumb, and this leaf here around there is going to be dark, and this one as well. So we're going to darken that up there. Her knuckles there are a bit darker, and in between her fingers, and some darkness there, and that bit there would be dark, because that's underneath. And then that is her shoulder, I'm assuming, so that bit there, tiny bit, that must be a shoulder, that must be a branch, but he's not put the detail on that one, but it's got a leaf on it, so it's got to be a branch. Then here where her shoulder is, do that, and then we'll go down her arm this side, in between the little leaf things down there, like that. Same with this bit here, we'll go at the top and we'll go down that side, and underneath this leaf and across, and there is going to be really dark there, round the leaf and in between the leaf. Don't forget the little bits in between. So this is going to be quite dark because it's shaded by the leaves. Them bits are going to be quite dark in between the leaves. Then we've got this bit, and we've got a little bit there and a little bit there. And then underneath her arm, this is shaded here. He's put that shading in for you already. So I'm just trying to be careful because I don't want to smudge my ink, so it will just look dirty and horrible. So this bit here, like so. And then we'll go back to this arm, so this is shaded all around here, this bit and in between again, alright, a bit there, up there, and around these bits here, and down there. Where else have we got to go? Let's have a look. This bit here underneath her arm, that's going to be shaded, and there's quite a lot of shade in there for you already, so you know that that's quite a dark bit. He has put sort of light and dark shading for you, so I'm just trying to follow where he's showed us where to go. So we'll do that. I mean, I have done some bits where he hasn't done, which I thought, like under her chin, might be, you know, a bit of shade, which he hasn't put in. But and this bit here in the crease of her arm there. But most of the time he has put the shading in for you. But you can add shading, or, you know, not do a bit if you feel, you know, that that's how you would like it. Okay, we'll come over to this side of her body here. What should we do? We did the underneath bits, didn't we? So we'll do down the side here, I think, this arm, and we'll go underneath that branch in there, in the little pieces of the leaf. Don't forget them. My pencil's going a bit blunt now, so this is a bit difficult. Right, we'll go under here and there. He hasn't put a shade there, but we'll put one there anyway, like so. And then we've got this bit here which is shaded, so if you can hear banging, that's my neighbours, I'm sorry, they can be banging sometimes. So yeah, we've got that bit there, like so. It's shaded in here, and there is slight shading in there. So we come down and we've got small slight shading again, so you don't have to do it quite so dark. It will be dark inside these bits of leaves here, which have got gaps in them, and it will be sort of darker down here because it's obviously covered up by the leaf. So that's that bit, and we've got that bit there, and here we'll go round there, around the bottom of the leaf as well. We'll shade that, and we'll go down the arm here. There is a big bit of shade in there. I'm not sure what that part is. It's part of her body, I think, but I'm not sure which bit that is, but it's dark. This bit where her arm comes down, that might be a knee or something that's up. She might have a knee up or something, but I'm going to do the shade in there anyway, like so. I'm going to do this bit, I'm going to sort of fade that bit out, like that. Let's see, here we go with that one. And then this side of her body is really shaded, this bit, so that's quite dark. And we've got this bit here as well, and that's quite dark. And then we'll come down and we'll go round the bottom here, and we'll also go there and a little bit on that side. Right, then I hope you can see what I'm doing okay. Then we come to this bit here, and that is quite shaded, so we're going to shade that like so, and follow sort of lightly shading where he's put it in here and here, like this. You don't have to sort of be too, what's the word, too perfect with these bits. If you don't burnish when you do your light peach, you don't burnish with it. Do it enough to blend the colours together, but don't burnish. And then if you want to add more dark shadows, you know, you can. You can do that after, and you can, you know, add more dark and then blend it in again with the peach, light peach. So it's just preference really, how you like things. I think that's part of her body there at the bottom there, I think. And obviously this bit here is, because it's behind that leaf and that branch, so that goes through there. Let me see, I'm not sure if that's a piece of her body. And she comes down there. Could be, couldn't it? It's dark. I'm going to do that as a dark peach. So that's part of her body, maybe her other hip or something. I'm not sure what that bit is there, but it looks like a knee or something. Oh, this maybe here is part of her as well. So I'm going to do that dark peach as well. And this bit in between here. Not sure what them bits are, so they're going to be peach anyway. They're going to be part of her body. Now, is there anywhere that we've missed? Bound to have missed some somewhere, I usually do. But we can come back to that. Right, 20 minutes we're at. Now I'm going to pick up the salmon pink and I'm going to go over the nectar that we did on her forehead and blend it all together, and that one as well, mix it together, and all these little bits here I'm going to go in, and we're going to go all the way over that nectar, what we did, and we're going to go over the eyes and that as well. I'm hoping I can get this all done in one video. If I can't, I can't. We shall see. Shouldn't really have picked one with so much skin, but never mind. It'll work out, we'll do it. Alright, because it's not going to be so hard to do. Right, we're going to bring that out. Over there, over all of it, like so. And we're going to bring that sort of down to her nose. Then we're going to go over her eyes, like we did before, down the nose as well, down these bits, over these bits, bits where it's shaded for us already, and a little bit there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a gap. I'm going to leave a gap, and I'm going to go all over her cheeks this time, and I'm going to cover in all this white area, but I'm going to leave the Cupid's bow at the top of her lips. I'm going to leave all that bit, and I'm going to leave as well parts of her chin, so I'll show you there. So I'm going to leave a bit of white, and I've got a little bit there. I'm going to leave a white bit there, and I'm going to join up there, and I'm going to leave the top of her lip, the Cupid's bow part, and next to that I'm going to leave that white. Now I'm going to leave her chin as well. I'm going to go just on the edge of her chin. Missed a little bit, I should have gone my nectar there, so I'm going to go that just that piece, just because we've got hold of the salmon pink, so we'll do that salmon pink. Then we've got down here all the little tiny bits. You can go over just all the way, completely cover the nectar what we did. This one I'm just going to leave a tiny little bit of white there, so we'll go in there, and then this bit, which is her shoulder part, and this bit up here, and her shoulder, and get that bit done. Got her arm here on the side, get that bit done. I'm just hoping that you're still on in screen. Don't want to move you out and you can't see what I'm doing. Right, you are still in shot. There we go. This is hard because this is moving around all the while. Trying to hold it down is not easy. Right, we've got that bit there, we've got them bits, and then we've got a hand. Now I'm going to go over the nectar pieces on the hand, what we did, and then I'm going to go sort of up round the back here, because that would be darker anyway, round there, and in there, round there. The back bits would obviously be a little bit darker, so we'll do them back bits. Now with the hand, I'm probably going to go, I'm hurrying a bit now because I just don't want to run out of time and have to split this into 2 videos. Right, just go over all the bits that you did, leaving the occasional white bit. So like here where you've got quite a big bit of white, go into the white but don't use it all. Leave a tiny little bit there, like so. These little bits here, little bits, you can go just over the whole lot. And here you can just go over the whole lot. And you can, if you want, you can leave a tiny bit here. Just basically whatever you think. You know, I mean, you can, if you do it wrong, it doesn't matter. You can soon print it out again. You know, it's no big deal really. So I'm going to just sort of go at the back here, because that probably would be a bit shaded, and it is down there obviously, so that's going to be shaded, and maybe the little bit on the back here is going to be shaded as well. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go round the flowers, and I'm making sort of circular motion, and I am just going to go just a little bit in, and the same where we started where with the dark one with the nectar, just sort of going to go a little bit in like so. Right, we've done that bit, haven't we? We'll do this bit we've got here, which is all got to be the salmon, and we'll fill that one in because that's only a small one, it's not too big a one really. Right, and then under here, go around this branch, we'll go all over this bit of our arm that we did, down here, and down to our elbow, which obviously would be darker, and we can then go up her arm here like so, in the salmon pink, and we'll go up and we'll join that bit there. So we've got, and we'll go over this bit. We go over that bit, yeah, we did, didn't we? Right, carry on over here, and we'll join that bit there, and we'll just come out a little bit from what we did before. Right, and we'll leave that bit white, and we'll leave that bit white. This one can be filled in completely because it's only a small area, and these ones as well. Right, we'll go back to the top bit here. We've got this bit of shoulder here on this side, and we'll come down, and we'll go all over the nectar what we did there in circular motions. The neighbours are very bangy tonight, or this afternoon should I say. What is the time anyway? 4:30. Perhaps I've got friends round playing or something. Right, and we've got this bit here to go over. Now the bottom here, because it's sort of shadowed a little bit by the branches and the leaves, I would go over there up to there, and I would go around them in the salmon pink and bring it down there and round, but I would leave a white patch in the middle there. Then we've got this bit which is all, these bits which are all salmon pink, all these bits are, we've done that big area, didn't we? Don't forget the little bits in between the leaves as well, because obviously they're going to be dark, so try and get all them as well. Right, this little bit here I'm going to go completely over. Don't have to leave, but I mean you can do it however you want really. You know, it's your picture. You know, you decide how you want it. I mean, you might not want the shading exactly the same as mine. You might want to, and you might want to follow me. That's fine if you want to do that. If you think that I've done some shading where there shouldn't be, that's fine. You can leave yours out. It's your picture. You can do it exactly however you want to do it. Right, that's that bit. And then this bit here is another big bit of white, so we're going to go over the nectar and bring it out to what it was. So we've gone over the nectar, and we'll go down this side of this branch and round here, and we'll leave the middle bit white like that. And we've got these little bits down here which will colour them all in, and then this bit here, there's only a small amount of white, but we can just leave a tiny bit there. Yeah, I mean, basically it is just your preference. This is my preference of how I would do this picture. I've not done this picture before. It's one, I've done several from his PDFs, but I haven't done this picture before. So, this one is new to me as well. I didn't sort of think about how much skin there was going to be when I chose this picture. I was mainly just sort of looking at how many flowers and leaves and things were the same, so we could do some off screen if I showed you how I do them, and then we could do some off screen, because obviously I don't want this to turn into 20 parts or whatever. Right, I think we've done all we can do now with the salmon peach. Now we go to our light peach, and at the top of the page, we'll start here, and you can press a little bit harder with the light peach, and what we want to do is we want to blend all the colours that we've put down, the salmon peach and the nectar. We want to blend the colours all together so they're nice and smooth. Now that is our aim on this part. Now these parts that you left white, we can now go over them, because they are going to be light peach. That is the colour they're going to be. So they will be coloured, but they will stand out from the rest. So we go all in between like this, and smoothing out the colours that we've already put down. So like this. Now I'm just hoping that this isn't going to smudge too much, this ink, because obviously it will look horrible and dirty. Yours won't. If your ink doesn't smudge, then you'll be fine. Yours won't look horrible and dirty, but I'm just hoping that mine doesn't, because sometimes it smears terrible, and it just makes all the colours look dirty basically, which is not the look that we're going for. We want a nice smooth look. Now, as I did before, go in the opposite direction to what you put the other layers down. Now this will help blend them together, because you think about it, if you're going in the same direction all the time, you're going to miss pieces and things. So what you want to do is you want to go in the complete opposite direction to what you put the other layers down. So this is why I'm going this way this time. This helps to make them make it really nice and smooth looking. I hope mine has started to look smooth. So we go over the white parts of the eyes as well, where we left them bits white. So like so. Now you can go both directions to help smooth it out if you want. I can't really see under this light whether it's looking smooth or not. I think it is. I hope so. Because I've used this combination of colours before and it worked, and it came out really nice and really smooth. Don't forget her ear. I always forget ears. That's something I'm terrible about. I always forget ears. So right under her mouth as well, and her chin. but you need to sort of spend a bit more time than you did putting the other colours down. You need to spend a bit more time and just go over and over until they are blended together nicely. This looks not too bad to me. I don't know what it looks like to you, but I'm hoping it looks quite smoothish. And we just need to go over absolutely every part that we've coloured. Even the little bits in between. I could probably do with my pencil sharpened, but I'll have to wait until my husband can do it. I don't really want to have to run away and do it now. So I'll manage. So we will go over every single part, and what you're looking for is just a nice smooth blend of the two colours you've already put down. You want them to be nice and smooth and blended together. Now I will admit this does hurt my hands doing this, because you have to press a little bit harder than what you did when you put the other two down, which is why I don't use Prismas very often. I tend to go for my Polys or my Pablos, but I don't mind using Prismas because I know that a lot of people have Prismas. Most people have Prismas. Most beginners have Prismas. I know I did. This was the first set of pencils that I got. I do like them. I do like using them, but they are harder on my hands than the other pencils, because the others I build up the layers. I've seen people do it, but for me, I can't build up the layers with these. It just goes gunky and horrible and not nice at all. So that's why I don't use Prismas very often, but I will do, because I know my hands can handle, half an hour's worth. It'll probably be in pain tonight, but I know I can handle half an hour's worth. I hope I can anyway. So yeah, but that's what we're doing anyway. So I hope you like this picture, Lavella. It is one from, and I can't pronounce it. Let me just quickly look. It is from Imahinasyon. I don't know what that stands for or what that means, but that is the PDF that it is from. So if you wanted to buy this PDF with this picture, you can do so by contacting Mardel himself. He is on Facebook. All you have to do is send him a message. He will tell you how much the PDF is, and then if you want to buy it, you can pay him through PayPal. That's all I did. He gave me a price list of all the PDFs that he's got, and this is one of the ones that I decided to buy. I also bought the Dewata one, which is fairies, and I bought the Bakun, I think it's called, and that's dragons. And what did I buy? Oh, I've got some Christmas ones of his as well, PDFs. So yeah, I mean, I've got quite a few PDFs of Mardel Rubio. Like I said, I've not done this picture before. I do quite like this skin tone because she looks sort of Asian. So I do like this sort of tanned looking skin tone that this brings out, the salmon peach, or salmon pink should I say, not salmon peach. It looks peach anyway. It's this one, which is salmon pink, number 1001. So yeah, that's the one that I'm using. Let's have a look here, see if I can hold this down because it's moving around. quite a bit because I've got to press slightly harder than I did before. And it's all coming together, I think. I think we missed some bits there, but we can do them with this. That's not going to notice. See, I always miss some bits somewhere. I don't know if you do as well. I usually miss ears. And I usually find that I've missed a bit somewhere, always. It's just one of them things. I think a lot of other people do. I've seen a lot of other people say they miss bits as well. So it's not just me. Right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Just hope my camera don't go blip and change over. Oh, we're at 40 minutes. It might do actually. Right, I'm going to end this here before it goes blip, and I will carry on the next video. But you can see how it's turning out, and I've just got a little bit more to do, which if you do the same, I'll meet you when it's finished. Thanks guys, hope you enjoyed this. See you on the next one. Bye.